Hey everybody, welcome to another comic book review. Today I'm going to take a quick look at Equalizers of the Divide by Sarah Turner and Jersey Drozd. And I know a lot of us are probably, we all met through one of Jersey's websites. He's part of the Art and Story crew. And when I first found the Art and Story guys, I tried to pick up at least a book from Kevin, Mark, and Jersey. And I've still yet to get one from Kevin. But let's take a look at one of the books I got by Jersey Drozd and Sarah Turner. Basically, it's a very, from my understanding, let me just go into the back here to show you guys before we get too crazy into it. There's a website here called sugarycereals.com. And the understanding behind it is it's making cartoons or comics that are similar to a cartoon. Okay? So each week, let me back up here. Let's say it's, what would it be? 8 and 8, 16, 22 pages, a 22-page book. It would be released over 3 weeks. Each chunk would be released in 8-page comics. So your first week would have 8 pages, second week would have 8 pages, third week would have 8 pages, and that would wrap up your story. And the idea is to treat it like it is a cartoon. So at the end of eight pages, you want to have that cliffhanger. If anybody remembers watching, back in the day, like Ninja Turtles and stuff, they'd always have that little cliffhanger before the commercials. And here they're talking about some of the stories that you can find on sugarycereals.com. I'll include a link as well, like usual, at the bottom, so you can check that out as well as the book. And so this story basically takes place with, I'll be honest, I haven't read this since I bought it, which was probably 3 or 4 months ago at least. But you have your traditional heroes here, and they're looking for something, like most heroes usually do. And as they keep going, they start to run across an abandoned village. And I'm going to show you some of the artwork here in a second. But naturally, when they get there, the people that they're trying to find, they need help. And the person goes back and he starts talking about the big bad guy, that's throughout the entire story. And needless to say, the bad guys show up, and the good guys have to clean house. It's a very, anybody that's watched cartoons ever, it's pretty classical stuff, as if you were watching a cartoon. He-Man's very similar to this. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, Transformers. I mean, all of it's the same, and that's the essence. If you enjoy cartoons, this is a kind of comic that's very reminiscent of that. And if you enjoy that, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy this book. If there's one negative that I would say, it's that I wish there was more. It kind of ends, and that's about it. But the designs, the color, I love it all. Everything about it's good. The writing is really fantastic. The pacing is very, again, like a TV show. There's a lot of action. There's not too much downtime, which is good. I'm a big fan of action, and action's, you need story to propel. But what I like is when you have situations like this where, you'll have the big bad guy show up and he'll kind of give his little spiel, and the story's happening as they fight, which is, G.I. Joe type stuff. But again, I dig it, And I'm going to go back here just to show you guys some of the artwork here. So make sure I'm not showing too much of the end. Yeah, I'll stop there just in case. I know you guys probably can't see it enough as is, but, I'd rather save the end of independent comics for people that actually pick them up there. So you get a little extra to read. This I really liked. The inside cover here. It's like a little money shot. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Of you got the main heroine versus the main villain, and some of the bad guys that are all fighting the other guys. And one thing that I'll definitely give Jersey, and I'm not sure too much how much Sarah helped in this, and I'm sure she did. It was clearly a team effort, but the designs of the bad guys, especially, I really dig. It really reminds me of He-Man and really anything that comes out of a cartoon. Those types of villains. You know how you'll have, let's say, X-Men. Okay, and everybody's got the spandex, everybody's got that look, and the villains are the villains, clearly, and the heroes are the heroes. That's good stuff. What I do enjoy about this stuff right here in comics like this is it is trying to embrace the fact that it's trying to replicate a cartoon into a comic book. At least that's what I'm getting from it. And the characters' designs really reflect that. This bear right here, that's killer stuff. That goes back to reminding me of, it's not, I really forget the name right now, and it's not Transformers. Damn, I really wish I remember the name of the toy line, but it looks very similar to this, where, like, even the limbs, they don't even look like they really move, but I remember toys like that, and just seals the deal. And the color choices, I think, are really well done. Gives it a nice rich look. Let's see if we can zoom in here to see some more stuff. Whoops. And yeah, so right here we have the adventurers. They're kind of going through the forest here, and from what I'm understanding, they're trying to find basically somewhere to sleep and to eat. And some things happen where they come across a little lizard here. It kind of scares the one guy that's your technical nerdy techno guy. He's the guy that's got all the technical stuff. And then we got the big money shot here, the big bad. See if I can get a nice shot in there. I like the design of the bad guy. It's that slick black. He's kind of got not an insect, but he's kind of got some stuff going on there. And then you've got your. I love this here. These two characters, they steal the show from me. They basically transform into the bad guy looking stuff. And let me see if I can show you. Here you go. So they're lizards, So this guy's like a snake. The guy that ends up that little blonde-haired dude, and then the girl she turns into. I'm assuming she's a snake as well. And they even have like the little quips in there, like "Powers of Darkness, remake me," and then they transform, and And I'm always a big fan of stuff like this when your bad guys are attacking and they name the attack. Like strike, lightning. It's just stuff like that. But anyway, I know I'm probably just bouncing around, just showing you guys a lot of the stuff, but I guess we'll just go through the pluses and minuses. Again, pros, if you enjoy cartoons in general, I think this comic is fantastic. The production value, I think, is top-notch. I think it's really up there. The design work is fantastic. I'm a big sucker of the dynamic shots, things coming at you, and I mean, when you've got all the guys running right at you on the cover, that's classic stuff. What else are some pluses? I think I talked about the color. Color choices I thought were fantastic. The pacing is good. At the end, like how I started this off, every 8 pages, kind of a cliffhanger to get you back from the commercial. So by 8 pages something's got to happen, right? And I kind of enjoy that storytelling. It keeps the action high. This is a pretty fast read, even though there's, you'll have pages like this that are pretty balloon heavy. But things are leading the eye pretty well. There's not too much going on here where you get confused. As opposed to, there's actually going to be another comic that I'm going to review, hopefully this week. That's a nightmare. But, so designs are great. The story is great. Color's great. The artwork is phenomenal. The writing, I think, is fantastic. And I guess, one last thing to wrap up. I guess I should probably talk about some negatives. Try to find some. And I'm not trying to be, since it's an independent comic, I'm going to let the punches not hit and stuff. I don't think I have again, the only negative that is I wish this was like a monthly series. I wish that there was more issues. And it's one thing that really sucks about independent comics is no matter how cool a comic is, if the creator doesn't have the time to do it because they need to get money to live, or if they're working a day job and they can only do one of these books every twice a year, maybe once a year, that sucks, And then I really, it's the biggest downfall in all of independent comics, I think. However, I honestly think that's the biggest con, is that there's not more of this. So yeah, I'm hoping eventually maybe they'll go back, this team. Again, they've even got Make Like a Tree Comics. I believe it's .com for that as well, but you can try that out, Make Like a Tree Comics. And if there's a link, I'll include that in the show notes as well. As well as I'll try to include a link for Sarah Turner's site and Jersey Droz, so you can check out more of their stuff and their art. But thumbs up again if you enjoy cartoon comics, or just cartoons in general, and you'd like to see it done properly in a comic book fashion. I think this is fantastic. So, thumbs up. Definitely give this one a check out. Pick it up if you can. And until next time, we'll catch you guys later, and take care.